I'm back. Looks like I've been abandoned by everyone, so that's all right. This is going to be a short show if y'all have to listen to me. Uh, let's see who we've got in the chat this morning. I said good morning once, but I gotta go back up. JT, Mr. Jabus, what's up? White Tree. Hey, we got some of your weather this morning, New Hampshire. It's 4 this morning. I opened the door. I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome. Good morning, Eric. Flip it good. Miss Ping. Oh my goodness. Mr. Lagerman. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all like my shirt? See, I have strange friends, right? This is the other Stephen Marsha. They went to Las Vegas and they go, you know what? Let's bring this shirt back. So yeah, that's very interesting. RG, what's up, man? I'm tired of watching your videos, RG, because you have great Walmart clearance, and we don't have any of that. We don't have any of that up here. Yeah. Hey, Patrick, what's up, man? Miss Shamrock Pixie, good morning. Elizabeth, good morning. Yeah, I was just watching Victoria. She's they were talking about me. Tracy, you've got a camera and a microphone. What you doing, dude? You said you were gonna come on Monday shows. What the hell? Jennifer sent you. Nice. Glenn, good morning. Hope everyone's had a great week. Y'all are not gonna believe what I did yesterday. Everybody sit down. Sit down. You drove to Selma. I knew you weren't getting those in Montgomery because I've been through Montgomery. I hope you went to Selma in the daytime because Selma at night looks like it's pretty sketchy. I did go through Selma, I don't know, about 6 weeks ago, and did pretty good. I was hitting Winn-Dixie's. You'll figure it out. Mr. Mike, good morning. Good morning, Rennie. I recorded a video yesterday. Almost forgot how to edit and upload that stupid thing. So it's uploading in the house. Philip, good morning. Barbie, good morning. What's up, Super Picker? Mr. Mike. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm having to do this and that. I'm like, man, I have not made a video in like 8 months. A recorded video. I've done lives the whole time, but I've not recorded a video that wasn't a short. Did everybody see my short yesterday? There's a problem in America. So I'm at a restaurant. It was wing night last night. So Tracy was there. Tracy got to see this live. And Tracy's going to be part of this story. So on freaking last night, I'm like, we're old guys. We're drinking beer. So we're going to go to the bathroom, right? And dude's answers the phone and has a full-on conversation in the stall. Who's dropping a load in a bathroom? Don, good morning. And freaking answers the phone and has a conversation. This conversation lasts so long. Okay, so the rule is it's only a 2-hole stall, a urinal and a toilet. And so the old guys, one of us walks, the other one, when it comes back. So we take turns going back and forth to the bathroom. Because you're gonna have to wait. So after I get back and record the video, Tracy's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom." So Tracy gets up and goes, and dude is still in the stall having a conversation. He's had a conversation long enough. And then our buddy Rick, I screwed the video up. I apologize. Rick's like, I hope he wasn't on FaceTime. Maybe he's got a leaner and just it won't come out. Rick's older. Rick's funny. If y'all ever met Rick, I don't think Rick watches YouTube. Rick's outstanding. Just absolutely outstanding. He is held in such high regards. His nickname is Rat Bastard. So there you go. And Kevin Tyree, Harlan's brother, gave him that name. So he's been, ever since I've known him, he's been Rat Bastard. So, yeah, Don, no call is, I'm not starting a call. I'm not answering a call. All those things that I said, it's just, so So Chris wants to know, are shorts even working? And Todd, I didn't miss that shitty conversation. Yes. Ugh. And so what's the first thing? I am a, oh, let's see. What does the buyer want to know? You know, I hate it when stuff breaks in shipping. They claim that people, it's a buyer saying the face and everything lights up. It's stuck in some mode. It doesn't. We don't think it works. I asked my brother because he's got two of them. They've had this thing for um it was delivered on July 29th. It's now Wednesday the 21st. You think they just now figured out that something doesn't work when they've had it for damn near a month? Uh and of course it went all the way to Alaska. Uh that's why I took Alaska off the list, folks. Don't ship to Alaska and Hawaii anymore. Just don't. Because I'm now forced if I'm not bringing that thing back. It was like 29 or $30 a ship it all the way out there. Yeah, I'm done with Alaska and Hawaii. You just can't. In this day and age, you've got to protect yourself. You've got to protect your business and understand that any return from those two locales, or even if it's ground advantage, is going to kill you. And so I'm probably going to end up having to refund this person. Um, 'Cause I don't think the 21st. I don't think I can string them along another 7 days or 8 days. But yeah, James, I was just tired of the beer, tired of it being dealing with it all the time. So yeah, maybe I'll let it grow out again, but it's not that day. Um, yeah, if y'all Victoria has a morning show. If y'all are bored at 7 a.m. an hour before this one, uh, very interesting. You never know what topic's going to be. It goes pretty much anywhere. I'm generally not awake at this time. Um, Eric, so I did stop doing shipping. That was the item that forced me to look at all large items and say, it's just not worth it. It's not worth free shipping on anything. If it's not first class, I don't do free shipping anymore. And I really need to take the time the next couple of days to sit down and go back and get all my old listings fixed as well. How many times do you guys do that? Do you sit down and look at all your old listings, or are you a listed and forget it? Listed and forget it used to work. It doesn't work anymore. So I was only watching a few people on YouTube. Uh, every now and then I catch Chris Buck Mountain Barn, but I was watching Primo the other day, Primo Chemo, just because I don't know that dude, man. Am I the only one? He reminds me of Dusty in a lot of ways. I don't. They were both some. They're both. Dusty was just as quirky as Primo. I think that's probably why I watch him a lot. Just he's very entertaining, but he reminds me of Dusty. Um, yeah. So he had said that one of the besides that they divided their store back up from one store to three stores. One of the things he had to get over, and I think a lot of resellers. This is what the shows. The topic I had is too many people are either collectors or really like their inventory, or for some reason maybe it's they thought too much of it and paid too much for it, and they're stuck with a price, whether it's because you're a collector and you're dead set on your ways that it's worth this much. um, there might be a time of rising prices online, but I don't see it in the future. I mean, folks, it don't matter what happens this fall, we're going to be stuck. uh, I don't think we're. I don't think anything's. I think it's 2 years. Even if they reelect our former president, I think it's 2 years to clean up the mess. I mean, that the economy and the government has really done a number on the middle class, and really done a disservice to the marketplace prices, inflation. I mean, the price pressure is so great right now that people really are starving for a deal online right now. And that's if you talk to anybody who's had a ton of sales, they're selling needs items or they're selling items that listen to my buddy Josh from the podcast. Sells antiques. He's like, you can look at the prices from the 80s, probably one of the higher points in antiques and where they are now. And antiques, there's just the market's not what it used to be. And, it could have been worth $10,000 in the 80s and it could be worth, two or 300 today. So I really think the downward pressure, a couple more years, I don't know the antique market. There's always going to be an antique market. Don't get me wrong. And I'm saying it is dead, but I'm just saying it's a tougher, man, that's a tough way to go. Let's see. So y'all tell me what you think. So JT says review every listing at 60-day mark. Um, that's not a bad plan. Because I would tell you once it goes above 90, that's the number Amazon gives most resellers, and that's the one they fight about is it's got to sell in 90 days or something's wrong. Chastity says she does sell some sell them in 90 days. That's the rock bottom day. If Amazon is saying that's the date, through as evil as they are, some of the data they give you is good data, and the good data they tell you is it's got to sell in 90 days or something's wrong with it. So Chris is doing another open invite on Thursday night this week. Hey, shoot me a message. I'll see if I can remember. Thursday nights I'm watching the auction or I fall asleep in the recliner. Forget to tune into you guys. Let's see. Yeah, less than every 90 days. So lag says he sold a book for 5,400. So that means somebody else in the chat has probably sold a book for 5,400. Lag is not going to tell you what he's doing, dude. So I try to keep politics off of this channel and put it on the other one. But the one thing, so Chris Buckmountain Barn is saying Kamala's going to fix it. Why can't she do it now? That's the craziness is one side is trying to convince you that they're going to work on it in 6 months or 4 months, whatever it is, when they've had the last 4 years to destroy it. That makes no sense. You're part of the reason why we're here. Watched a very interesting show about her yesterday. Go back and look at a lot of her videos. I think she's an alcoholic. I think a lot of things when she shows up to events, she's drunk. I've been the one most of my life, and I'll drink on the show. I'll drink, but I didn't have my first drink till I was 18. Most of the time, I am the not person that drinks that much, and so I've always been around a lot of drunks. They're fun. Don't get me wrong. I don't look down upon anybody because I enjoy drinks too. But I've always been aware if they need a designated driver, I've always been that person. And yeah, you can sort of tell when you see a lot of that. So Brenda says I'm okay with antiques, but yep, that's correct. But there's always Brenda, you're 100% correct. There's always a segment of a market that people have got money and they buy what they like and they don't care. That segment of it's getting smaller, but that segment is always there. There's a lot larger segment of the buying public that is struggling right now. So all right, Glenn, safe travels to work, buddy. Lag says no, that was him. Well, I'll be damned. All right, so now somebody starts searching for books. $5,400. Let me write that down. We're gonna find out Lag's account and find out what he really sells. Pencil. Lag. 5,400 book. Yeah, Big Rest Fire. I think she's an alcoholic. She's some kind of impaired. Just go back and watch them. So the channel I watch is the quartering. And he had a thing on it where there's a lady on Twitter who took each one of them and about 14 different ones where you look at it and go, you don't think anything of it until you go, wait a minute. It becomes very obvious. I mean, look at her when she's trying to convince people that computers don't need hard drives anymore because everything's in the cloud, up here in the clouds. Yeah, good job. Throw it on TJC player. So you've mentioned that before, Lag, that you sell, that you have good luck selling things over there. Um, yeah, I bought some first editions a couple weeks ago. I got to get them listed. I think it was 3 Stephen Kings. One of them was Christine. One of them was, and they think that's why a lot of her staff leaves because it's hard. If you've got to wrangle in a drunk and keep, that's very frustrating. What was the other one? What's the real big book? There's one huge one. Uh, I'll grab. That one. That one's the first. These were all $2. And only problem is this jacket got a little bit of a notch on it. And then this one. Oh my god. I don't think it's actually the first, but it's it's the one they could buy. That thing is that's a book right there. It's got a little bit of shows it more on the camera than it does in person. And the other one. I've got this one listed already. I think I've got it listed for I think 35. It should sell. Um, yeah. So the Groves had it beforehand. Um, so yeah. So don't pass on some of the Stephen King. Some of the there's just so much. When people think, can you know everything? Oh my God, you can't know everything. Uh, so I've had one sale today. Anybody want to sell today? That is Enzo backing grip for dentures. Don't look at my account, Lag. How much did it sell for? I took an offer. How much did I take an offer for? So one box, kind of faded. 12 denture cushions. What'd they pay for those? So there's still crazy stuff out there. Jaba says $22. You guys, every box y'all find, I'll give you $20 for them. You got a deal? Philip, I'm disappointed. You sell some. I'm gonna type it right here in the chat. So when somebody gets close, I'll hit the enter button. Javis must have looked at my account. What is it, Brenda? It is an old. They don't make it anymore. It keeps your dentures in place. Denture cushions. Since Dirt Road Picker got brave and said 240, I accepted an offer for 250 for those. I picked them up for $6. Let's see. So that's my one sale for the day. You received an offer. Yeah, and that's just on the phone. I've already accepted on the computer. I woke up this morning. I'm like, that's the way to wake up to a $250 offer on something that you get like $6 in. So there's people out there that still spend money on crazy stuff. It's just much less frequent. Um, ping and yeah, it still works. The name of the phone app, that was just the eBay app. Yeah, there's some of that still out there. There's cameras are crazy. I picked up at the thrift store. It's a Samsung camera, 5 megapixel. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna leave this. You said I have a nice. So I saw that I have a message, but I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, that one. Yeah, those are. Yeah, baseball calculators do not sell. Um, yeah, that one doesn't. That one's just a product that's out. Yeah, books don't sell either. Don't let them tell you books don't sell. That sold last night. It's a Warhammer book for $25 plus shipping. So books don't sell either. It's crazy. It's going to Mississippi Ping. I'm assuming they're going to use it. When I saw it and looked it up on my eBay app, uh, there were quite a few souls at that price range or at a little higher. So I've had it. It's taken maybe 90 days, maybe 120 days to sell, but that's when you're sitting $6 and they're easy to list. There's not much to it. Um, yeah, James. Nice thing about the other sale. I think it's $33. I've got 10 of those. That is. But how many people are consider their inventory collections? No, it was not an estate sale fine. Although one of my estate sales, is there anybody here from Huntsville that goes to estate sales? If so, you need to turn the phone off. Uh, I think I can find this pretty quick. Um, let's see. But you can. Hey, Ty, why are you making me do this by myself? What the hell? Are you scared to turn the camera on? Is that what it is? You can be in Huntsville. So where is it at? The bathroom on an estate sale. There's always money in a bathroom. I thought I sent the link. Oh, hell, damn it. No wonder I never hit enter. I did the copy paste part. I didn't put the enter. Damn it. I edited a video this morning. I could barely edit it because it's been so long. Never missed the bathroom. Come on. Never ever missed the bathroom. Where is the bathroom? Man, why didn't somebody say something? I hit the link, but I didn't. I didn't hit enter.
What'd you say now?
I didn't hit enter. I copy pasted the link, but I didn't hit enter to send it to the group.
Yeah, better never than late, I guess.
I feel like a genius. God, I'm an idiot.
Dang, you're getting old.
Eric, I'm putting myself on probation with you now.
Oh wait, you've been doing the show for 23 minutes and 49 seconds, and you didn't realize that you never sent the link out? Nobody showed up.
Until I said something to Todd, Todd goes, "Yeah, you're an idiot." I'm like,
oh, I thought I was an idiot.
Oh no.
No, I am.
Yeah. But y'all find that to be true that too many people fall in love with inventory or everybody tells you sell what you like because you're an expert in it. And then they find it difficult because they're invested in the price or if I think it's worth so much, somebody else should think it's worth so much.
I in my early days would buy things that I really liked because I followed that mantra. And yeah, I've donated a lot of things that I really liked over the years because it wasn't worth anything.
I do think though there's a strength in selling what you like. Okay, yes, dang, no wonder I couldn't see it. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but there's something in this picture that's worth decent money. What is it?
It's all blurry. I can't make it out.
About there. It's easy to see when you know what you're looking at. I hope they're still there. I'm gonna go Friday morning first thing.
I can't. I don't know. It's
Big
probably
girl.
something I should know.
It's not the soap.
What's that? Blue box.
It's not the blue box. There's. I didn't see a dildo in the corner there. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can put it in focus for you. Can you see it now?
I didn't know about that one.
There's 4 cans of Cameo right there. They don't make Cameo anymore.
Never heard of it.
They make a stainless steel cleaner, and it's very similar to whatever that powder is. But
Looks
they
like
don't make,
a Comet or whatever you call that
yeah,
stuff.
Comet on one of those cleansers like that. Yeah, those they don't. I hope nobody. They're probably gone, but I'll go by there Friday morning and see. So Tracy, don't go getting my Cameo, damn it.
My guess is that most people don't know. I've never even heard of this stuff.
Yeah, it's very similar to Barkeeper.
So my guess is, unless somebody knows what it is, it's probably still there.
Yeah, I think it's worth $30 a bottle. It's probably $1 each.
Crazy.
JR, it is a beautiful morning. Nice and cool weather out here. I think it was 54ish when I walked outside. I opened the door to let the idiots out, and I'm like,
Hey,
oh
Siri.
my god, it feels good.
What's the temperature?
It's currently 62 degrees.
Yeah, it's 63 here. But there's
Yesterday was so nice. I mean, it's been so hot and humid all summer long.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can have it.
Going to a high of 102.
Yeah, I think we're in the mid. But there's so much to know. There's so much out there. Steve, had you ever found that before?
I've seen it before. Yeah, I think I've sold that before.
I just sold it today for $2.50.
$2.50. Wow.
Okay.
The time I sold it, wasn't worth nearly that. I think it had just become discontinued or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's been a while. I think I found it at Rite Aid a long time ago.
So you're saying
It might have still even been. Well, Rite Aids are all closing down anymore. So
you say Rite Aids have old stuff in them? Is that? I know
they used to. Ours uptown, I think, is at 50%. So I'm not going there yet, but it's closing. So
it's the price. You've got to understand. Price is king right now. It's on every platform. Price is king. You know, if you're an Amazon, that's the one thing I tell people. I've said it a lot. Me being an Amazon seller makes me a better eBay seller than you. And one of the biggest reasons why is Amazon teaches you to compete on price and compete on and forces you to look at your numbers, because if you're competing on price, hey Chassie, have a good day. If you're competing on price, it means you've got to know what your So you're not on vacation yet. Are you going to kick somebody out?
Yep.
For real?
can we see it live?
Can we record? Can you record it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
he's got it. Look at him.
He really is going.
That's why he's got a smile on his face. Look at that shit-eating grin. Look at him go. But Amazon, no, Phil, not even that. Amazon does keep it to a higher standard. But just think about it. If you're always fighting on price, that means you're hypersensitive to what something costs and what the fees are. Whereas you look at eBay sellers and some of the stuff eBay sellers sell, and you look at it and go, I'm running the fees and the shipping. Even if I gave this to you for free, you're losing money. And at that point, Lag says you love the power.
I'd rather not have to deal with it, but if they make it fun, I'll enjoy the moment.
but it's so, but it forces you to know what, because I don't think, I think a lot of eBay sellers complain about having to promote listings and then pick these crazy numbers and don't realize what it's doing to their profits. It's, chances are, if you're still listening to me on a Wednesday morning, you understand that I talk about this a ton. You've got to be hyper. You got to understand you run a business. You got to take emotion out of some of the decisions. No matter how much you like an item, sometimes it's, where in the spectrum of things is, because I watch some of these people who pick up stuff, and I know some of them are social media people, but they're picking up stuff now. They say, well, I can sell it for 15, and I'm starting to think, if you're selling something for 15 on any platform, I mean, you're gonna have to be a minimum, most of them, $5 shipping minimum on 15, and then if you're paying whatever you're paying for, I mean, you're moving in close to, by the time you do fees, and if it's promoted listings, is it worth the time you are,
For a one-off listing, hardly.
yeah. What is the,
No, not for a one-off.
So I went around yesterday. I was at a thrift store. It was 25% off for us old farts. And I've got too many Blu-ray players, but there's another Sony Blu-ray player laying there with its remote, and it's $8. So that made it was $6 for me yesterday. And I'm like, I've got 11 Blu-ray players that I'll have listed. Do I need number 12?
Yep.
And I start looking at it, and it sells in the 29 on eBay. It's selling in the 29 to 30. But a lot of people put it at 49 with the remote, and they get 49. I'm like, $6 to 49 still is not a bad deal, even if I've got 11 of them. What is $6 in the grand scheme of things? Not great. That's not a great amount of money. And so I went ahead and bought it. Slumlord has arrived. Yes, he had.
Yeah, I can't see the chat. So if anything relevant comes across the chat, just let me know.
No, Mike, I get it too, and you're 100% correct. Somebody like the Crazy Lamp Lady or Kevin Commonwealth, those guys that got their own platforms, and they're double dipping because they're making a percentage of your sales as well. And a lot of the bigger YouTubers buy stuff for content. I understand all that. Don't get me wrong. I get all that. But for the everyday seller, it's, a $15 item at a yard sale that you're paying 50 cents for it, maybe that's not a bad thing. But my message is understand the fees, understand the cost, so you can evaluate whether it is worth your time and how much space does that take up, and all the things that go into cleaning, listing, shipping, and is it worth the one-off item, and what is that dollar amount? Have you thought in your head, what is that dollar? Because I'll pick up items in that range, especially if there's you have rules. If there's multiples, sure. If I pick up 3 of them and they're worth $15 each, all of a sudden that's $45 of the sales on one listing. So Silver Hair, what are you hot? That never stopped Todd. Like, he's just spending everybody's inheritance. What does he care? What does he absolutely care? But
well, like you've said before, those name brands sell too. Sony and
yeah,
Seiko and Nike.
Yeah,
people like those name brand things.
If I don't sell that Blu-ray player for 6 months, it's still a Sony Blu-ray player, and it's not going to lose value.
Right.
Sometimes it's okay to sell small things. I have.
There is that it's not going to lose from what you paid for it, for what you paid for it.
Right.
I have a whole drawer full of these dumb things. They're from 1982. They're, if your keys are lost, tags, you drop that in a mailbox. It's from a 1982 Toyota something. Well, I only sell them for $7 a piece, but but that's all the space they take up. Just that little drawer.
And
so it
they
doesn't
just
matter.
go in a bubble mailer, or you can actually I would sell those first. I'd ship those first class. I don't. Do they go first class or do they have?
I was hoping that you could sell them eBay standard envelope, but you can't. But still, they're only going to cost $4 to ship. So
No,
even though I'm selling them for, I'm making $1 a piece or something. I mean, so, but they don't take up any room, and I've had them for so long.
Eric, you're 100% correct. That's the point I'm making. Is if you pay $5, you probably break even if you pay 5 at 15. So Amazon used to be, 3 times your golden. 3 times on Amazon doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. They have feed you to death, and I really think if you look at where Amazon's going, and this is one place where Grumpy John and I do really agree on it. The singles and the one-offs is really hurting their warehouse space and their organization. Just think about this. If you've got a seller the size of John that sends in, thousands per SKU, and you've got somebody like me who's going to send in 3 or 4 of this, 3 or 4 of that, how much harder is it to deal with, checking a whole case versus, you've got a box with 100 things in it. They're all different. They've all got to be placed different. They're all different sizes. I think they're realizing how difficult a proposition that is for storage.
Some of the boxes I've sent in have had, sometimes 25 SKUs in it, different SKUs.
All right. And so when people will start talking about Amazon's the smaller seller, I don't think they care about. I don't think they care. They want the smaller. They still want the smaller sellers. They just want them to do FBM. But even now they're putting a lot of pressure because they want. People will tell you, they're being too difficult on the FBM sellers, and with shipping. They're just trying to streamline and normalize the process so that an Amazon customer, no matter who they buy it from, gets the product in close to the same time. There's an open gap between an FBA shipment and an FBM shipment. I've had FBM shipments where they've taken, 8 to 10 days to get here. When people like Flipping Ain't Easy John in Vegas, he'll order stuff in the morning and it comes in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to compete with. And the perception of the customer.
Yeah. Let's talk about the perception of the customer.
Because who is Amazon's competition? They're competing for the most part with brick and mortars because they understand it. If I need something at Walmart, I can order it this morning and Steve will bring it to me this afternoon.
That's right.
They understand that and they're trying to compete with that. They're trying to lessen that perception gap because, some of the stiffest competition Amazon has is there's 4,700 Walmarts, whatever the hell that number is. It's a big number.
Yesterday, somebody bought 3 items from Walmart: a food sealer, some of the bags for it, and then some random other item. And they probably placed that order an hour maybe before I went. I shopped the order. I went in and shopped it, and I'm guessing they placed that less than an hour before I shopped it. They had their items within under 2 hours from Walmart. I mean, that's crazy when you think about it. And I got paid good to take it over there too.
So Vancouver says picking up more KFC potato chips only available. That's Vancouver. That's a smart move. That demand is probably through social media is over in this part of the world. I would think that you would have a good look. There's got to be some more cross stuff that over there. I mean, I've talked buying regionally, buying all that stuff for as long as I've been on YouTube. But KFC, it did remind me of a joke. Y'all want to hear it?
Yep.
Chick-fil-A is just a KFC that has accepted Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior.
That's probably about right. I like that.
Yeah, I saw it last night. It made me laugh. I just saw that. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for telling everybody hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yeah, got to make sure people see this. You never know when I'm gonna make a short in a restaurant about some guy on the phone in the stall. What the hell? That's that's freaking
I saw that
insane.
one. That was a pretty good one. I'm sure you probably already talked about your music CD. That one was crazy too.
Yeah. So my other short this week. So I get a neutral feedback. So if y'all aren't paying attention, I will go. That's a great. Thanks for the lead into that, Steve. I get a neutral
Sure.
feedback, and it says use plating car, some shit. What it says. I don't want to allow. I'd hate Josh, if you're listening to this, I'd hate to put words in somebody's mouth. So let's go check it out. All feedback. I actually got a neutral and a negative the same day. This is all.
I have had 2 negatives and 2 neutrals.
Okay,
within
so
the
here we
last-
go. Used when driving. So this dude says that's the feedback. Neutral feedback used when driving. And so I'm like, you know what? I got to know. You know what? You know, this is a gospel CD. And so let's go. I sent a message saying, was there something wrong with the CD? I'm just wondering why you left a neutral feedback. Was not what I thought it was. Woman scream when sang, the men sing through their nose. You're thinking, well, buddy, this is a gospel CD. Let's see who's on this. Let me get back to my screen so I can read it's a gospel CD if for country, if you're these obscure artists you've never heard of before. So I'm gonna make sure I read the lineup of people.
Obscure artists.
I mean, just the awfulest of the gospel, the awfulest of the awfulest that are on here. It's the name of the CD is a 20 country's 20 classic gospel songs of the century CD. And so here we go. Let's we want to share the screen so y'all can enjoy this with me. Dang it. StreamYard, present, share screen. Okay, so first up we've got Allison Krauss and the Cox family, Vince Gill, Emmylou Harris, Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, Ricky Skaggs, Tammy Wynette, Willie Nelson, the Statler brothers, Dolly, Merle, Connie Smith, Johnny Cash, Elvis. And I made the point in the short that if you got a problem with Elvis, man, go to Arkansas, take it up with him. Shit.
Jim can sing.
Jim Reeves, Tennessee Ernie Ford, the Statler brothers, the Carter family, and Hank Williams.
Now you said Tennessee Ernie Ford, so I understand his point, I guess. That guy always, didn't sing very well. That's not true.
I'm like, what made this guy an expert? I mean, these are some of the greatest country voices of all time.
I got one 2 weeks ago. I sold these pool torpedoes. They're really super cheap. And the guy's whole feedback was neutral, nothing special. I tried the automated tool, and I don't think he can take negatives or neutrals off.
You can't do neutral. So then I got
this
a
week.
negative.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I got a negative this week. It was a baseball card that it was actually a Brett Favre rookie card. It's stuck in Cleveland. It's been stuck in Cleveland for a month or two now. And I had a whole conversation with this guy via messages about how it's stuck in Cleveland. If you don't get it in a few days, I'll refund you. He opened a refund request, and I gave him his refund. A month later, he puts a negative feedback. Never received the card. I'm like, dude. So I write out this. First, I tried the feedback removal tool. And while I'm waiting for that, I write out this big long message, probably like you just did, with it. And by the time I got the message written, the negative feedback removal tool took it back. But I said in there, I clicked other, and I said I offer full refunds. I didn't realize at the time that the guy had already gotten his refund, but they took it off. So I got that one removed.
They didn't take my negative off. My negative is not as expected.
So when you're doing the negative removal tool, put in there that I offer free refunds or something like that, and they never contacted me. That's what I put in there, even though it wasn't true, and they took it off. So maybe
Well, I I thought about calling eBay just because everybody else calls eBay. Why not me?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if
So this
I
was,
earned it, I'll take it. I don't care.
dude, I delivered this stuff on time very quickly because they live in Alabama, in Jacksonville, Alabama. It is liquid starch, not as expected. It is a bottle of starch. Damn it! What the fuck did you think it was going to do? Iron your clothes?
Well,
I mean,
no,
not
I can
as
tell you.
expected. It is a bottle of starch, not as expected.
I got that one on Etsy one time for the Argo because it didn't taste how they expected it to. The starch.
You wonder if they were drinking it and it wasn't the right. I mean, it was
Seriously, that people there's a community of people out there who eat that stuff. They think it's good for them.
This was liquid starch. This was liquid.
Yeah, maybe they drink it too. I don't know.
And I sent them a message, and they never responded, and they wouldn't take it off. So, I put on my reply. It's a bottle of starch. Give me a break. This is a bad customer. There's no way to sugarcoat it. No contact, no details. I have free returns.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have responded quite that.
Bitch only lives an hour and a half from here. I'll drive to Jacksonville to her house, and she's really not going to expect it.
Yeah, I had one a while back that was hair coloring. You know, that last box of clear oil hair coloring from Ollie's that I got. The box is a little bit faded, but the pictures were clear. I mean, you could see it in the pictures. I probably didn't say box is faded in the description, but they got really upset. They said box is faded. It was unable to use it. We're going to send it back for a full refund. They never sent it back. Never even asked to send it back. Of course, they used it, And I just said, we offer free returns. Sadly, the buyer never reached out to ask for one. Instead, posted this review. Even though they said they would ask for a refund.
You ought to see the ones I erased before I settled on what I put on there. I was on the phone with Dave. Dave was laughing.
Well, because other people may read that feedback response, I try to keep it professional. But also, tell them what an idiot they fucking are.
I was trying to get my point clear that they were an idiot. Yeah. Not as I mean, and I even put it in the thing. I'm like, I even put in the little comments for eBay. I'm like, it's liquid starch, for God's sakes. What are you expecting? It's a bottle of starch.
I don't know. I had a return on Amazon actually this past week. They haven't sent it yet, so they haven't got a refund yet. But it was eyeliner. Not what I expected. It was like, what did you expect? You probably used this shade
maybe
before.
A crayon or something they drew on there to make them look like Lady Gaga.
Or eyeliner for $9.99 or some low price plus shipping.
They didn't get the hooker response. They didn't get the hooker size where it made their eyeliner like magic marker.
But it wasn't
football players.
It wasn't like item not as described. It wasn't this came and it was nasty. It was I forget what the actual feedback was. Something like I just didn't like it or something like that. Like, here it is. Oh, they chose item defective or didn't work. And then the comment was, do not like color. That's what it was. But they haven't sent it back yet, so we'll see how it goes. That was 7 days ago. And tracking shows they haven't even sent it.
So that's my other problem with eBay is you send them out one message about, hey, here's how you need to return it, make sure you ship it, do whatever. Quit sending them messages so often, reminding these people it's on them. If they don't send it back, it's on them.
I've never even sent a message at all. eBay sends them a message. That's enough for me. Same with I don't babysit tracking. I don't do any of that stuff.
After like 7 days or 10 days, they send them another message. I had one that was 20 something days out when they finally shipped, and I'm like, eBay, appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, so why would you? Why would you make them do? Why would you send out messages? You wouldn't. But people, I see in the forums or the groups all the time that, well, my buyer bought this. It's 24 hours. They haven't paid yet. I'm going to send them a message. And I've sent them a message every day for the last 6 days, and they still haven't. why would you
So,
bother doing any of that? Let it cancel.
So carry the cross. I think you're 100% correct. It's very. They think it's Amazon. They're reviewing the product. You're 100% correct. There's lots of product reviews. That's what the person. I mean, do I need to read it again? The person. Here's their feedback. Used when driving, and then we'll go to the messages. This is. I'm not making this up. I'm not reading. I'm not helping this person look like any more of an idiot that he already is. He only capitalized the word I in this whole thing. There's only a period at the end of the sentence. The word was at the beginning is not capitalized. Was not what I thought it was. Woman scream when sang the men sing through their nose. Period. This person is so fucking illiterate they can't even make a sentence. And
maybe the music was just too progressive for them.
His taste in country music we're supposed to trust because he thinks that. Okay, so maybe Vince Gill does sing through his nose, but you knew who he was when you ordered the motherfucking CD.
Well, Randy Travis wasn't on there, was he? Because then I could understand it.
Randy Travis was not on there.
I love Randy Travis.
Hey, let me get back to eBay. Let's dox this guy.
Did you see that? Did you see the new Randy Travis out with that's AI? Man, that is good. I can't believe they could do it that good.
So Randy Travis is a lesson. If somebody has drank 90% of their life, you might want to let them finish drinking. I think that taking away the alcohol caused his stroke. He was well lubricated. He needed to stay lubricated.
I don't know, but the things they can do with AI. No, they can't. They haven't been able to replicate a second song. The first song went well, but they can't do it again for some reason. It's not working for them. But man, did it come out real good.
Let's see what this guy. Where'd I send this thing to? Brenda. Brenda. It's up there with you and your people. Brenda, can you go by and see?
Don't dox him.
Mr. Root in Yankton, South Dakota. And when he put his address on there, he doesn't even capitalize the city he lives in. How long? And doesn't capitalize his name. I mean, oh my God.
I hate to say it, but it's our education system. He's probably a Common Core kid, and I'm not, if you liked Common Core, whatever, but it wasn't good. They're admitting now it wasn't good.
Yeah, next time you ride with me hard, you're going to be, your ears are going to bleed. The country music's going to be awesome. Did you not listen to the list? Elvis was on there, for God's sake. He ordered a classic country gospel songs. What did you expect it to sound?
It's like every name on there, even if you don't know country, you know every name on that CD.
I mean, classic gospel songs. Did you expect it to sound like Five Finger Death Punch? Did you expect it to sound like?
Well, apparently he thought it sounded like that, with the Screaming Ladies.
Screaming Ladies.
All right, Dolly's a lot of things. Dolly.
Now I want to hear this. Is he sending it back? Because I want to hear.
No, he's sending it back.
Well, that's the thing. Why do people automatically jump to negative feedback, but never contact the seller and say, "Hey, listen, I've never left a negative feedback. I've always contacted the seller.
I don't leave negative feedback. Okay, so here's a good one.
And they work it out 90% of the time.
So last Wednesday or a couple Wednesdays ago, what did we decide?
It's the same reason that when people are late with rent, that they don't contact the landlord or the property manager, tell them, hey, I need a couple extra days, and then they get an eviction notice. Same reason, because they're afraid of confrontation.
Well, yeah, I get that.
2 weeks ago, Steve, what did we do on the show?
But that's the
I can't.
But that's the real reason. It's like,
what did we do on this show 2 weeks ago? I don't remember.
we decided that we needed new scanners since we ordered new scanners.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love my.
Okay, so I ordered one from a guy who has sold 30 of them, no returns. I get it, and the little guides that kind of squeeze together, one of them was missing. There was only one guide on it. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. I sent the seller a message saying, your packing was poor because he put it in a box and wrapped it around with one layer of bubble wrap and just said, you know what, from New York, fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah, it should work.
You shake it like there's 4 inches all the way around it, but it should be, we'll leave this to the postal guys and see what happens. But that it didn't break. It was broken before he sent it. And so I sent him a picture. He's like, I can't see where it's broken. What are you referring to? So I sent him another picture of just that. And he goes, I didn't notice it was missing. I'm sorry. I'll send you another out tomorrow. He said, there'll be a label in it if you don't mind sending the other one back. I'm like, dude was fast. I mean, like exceptionally fast. Next morning I wake up, there's already a message in with the tracking number. The other one's coming. So this happened. It got here on a Thursday. He shipped another one out on Friday. It got here Monday. The next one packed the same way, but everything's in this one. And when a message is saying, hey, I'm sorry about that. I decided not to have you send it back. So now I need to figure out how to fix that one.
Buy that piece.
I can't find it anywhere.
I'm
gonna have two. I'm gonna sell one.
Sell it for parts. Yeah, sell it for parts. It'll still sell for. It probably still scans. It's just that piece, the guide is missing.
Brenda,
that's crazy that you didn't want it back on an item that, what was it, 189 or something? You said.
I know you're not from South Dakota or North Dakota, but I know you're always in South Dakota since I've known you. Out there working for the man for the Imperial Federal Government.
That is a good eBay. So even though he doesn't know how to pack shit, that's a good.
Yeah, but I mean, very responsible.
He took care of the problem quickly.
Took care of the problem. That's right, and that's all you could ask. Paul, what's up, man? Dude, you on your whatnot shows, walking around carrying on, talking like you're crazy. You make me dizzy, man. I'm like,
now,
I got motion sickness.
If you wanted to be the typical eBay buyer, now you would still leave him negative feedback.
Shake.
I left him positive feedback.
Of course you do. Of course you would.
That's all you can. I mean, something happened. He took care of it. Perfect.
Yep. Things happen.
You should be worried, Jacob. Paul says you're looking extra cute this morning. So
extra demure, or whatever the kids say these days.
No, you should pay attention whenever Paul says he's going back to Philly to visit. You should hide from your interstate because he might be stopping to see you.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, that's terrible right there.
We'll have to do a Starbucks whatnot show.
So the auction this week has a bunch of Starbucks mugs. I meant to tell you.
Oh,
8 Starbucks mugs in one lot.
You better get them.
Hopefully, I'll get them for a decent price. Nobody bid on them.
Good. Well, you get them. I have about 200 mugs now that are all kinds of random different ones that aren't the ones I normally sell on Amazon on Amazon. So once I hit 500 mugs, I'm going to put them on Whatnot. Have a big show.
What about all the ones you're going to buy next month?
Oh, those will go on Amazon. Those will go to the warehouse.
But we make so much of these platforms and make them out to be so difficult when it comes down to price and selection. Price is the number one when somebody's buying between you and another person. Price is it. And I'm not doing that yet. It just told me I needed to do the show today. Thanks, Apple. Appreciate that. So with the iPhone 16, are you coming over to the dark side?
Maybe. We'll see. I'm due for a new phone. I've kept this Ultra for
What's it at? 22?
it's a 22, so I've kept it for more than 2 years.
Yeah, you're as bad as me about phones.
I mean, I normally just get a new one, but I have to have a reason, you know? Like, it has to offer something. And every time they've always offered something up to this point, and now it's like, well, what is it? What's the offer?
There's really with iPhone, it's anything before 15 doesn't do all the fun stuff that's coming. But other than that,
Right.
and I've got a 15 that's going to do everything the 16 will do. At some
I'm
point,
on a 12 still. I bought the 12 when it was new. So what have I had it? 3-4 years now. So. And it does enough for me. I just need a basic phone with basic functions.
So JT says if you do well at the big grab sale, you might want to do the whatever the hell that is sell in October in the neighboring area. All right. Have you ever done the big grab, JT? It's 50 miles in South Carolina. Yeah, I just cleared that with Johnny this morning. I'm like, look at your calendar. Do you have any doctor's appointments that will keep me from going? She did not. She has one Thursday, but nothing on that Friday. Todd, are you smoking pipes now?
No, but I bought these for $4 each, and they sell for about $20-25. So
there you go. Easy ship too.
Yeah, hard to break, easy to ship. 4-ounce package. Bam.
And there's not a whole bunch of them, thousands of them.
Some of those pipes, man. There's some.
No, every single one is different because of, it's real burl wood, so they're never two exactly alike.
I was looking at a lot of those somewhere, and they had aluminum ones that were worth a decent amount. I forget what the company name was, but they were very interesting. Hey, Chris, if you're not smart enough to figure it out, I ain't telling you. So and nobody helping me either. Damn it, Chris, sometimes you got to do stuff on your own. If you only lived in the middle of South Carolina where this damn thing is going.
I wonder if it's close to my sister's.
It's 2 weeks, Chris. First weekend in September.
We have one here.
Look it up. It's called the big grab or the 50-mile yard sale, South Carolina. All right, that'll be nice.
We have one here. It's the Route 7 sales. It's Route 7 in Ohio, south of here, and that's I think the first weekend of September too. So I'll be going to that one.
All right, the route it goes.
How many miles? I think it's like 50 miles.
50 miles of yard sales, North Highway 21 from Interstate 20 in Columbia up to Winnsboro. Like I say, right by your house.
Yep, so, Ohio still has a few people.
Dude, I expect you to know yard sales that go like right by your. I mean, it probably runs right through your neighborhood. So JT says there's another one too, Chris, that you need to be aware of. The something in October.
Well, you've heard of it now.
See, there you go. I might have to drive like 6.5 hours to get there, and you got to drive what, 30 minutes, 45 minutes? Yeah. The I2I. All right, let's look that one up, folks. These things.
There are a lot of those kind of sales out there. A lot of them never. I just went to one. It's one neighborhood, but it's huge. There's probably 300 homes.
All right, so I'll follow this one on Facebook then. I like it. So this one is
Well, I'm pulling in. I gotta hop off. I gotta take a picture of the notice on the door. So I gotta hop off. I'll be back on a little bit later.
Alrighty.
All right.
Enjoy.
See you, Slum.
Eviction boy.
It's 2 hours. The Alabama 101 is in October, is right? That's correct, right? And
I'm not a.
there's one of those that still goes along the coast. One yard. So where is it? Yeah. That's the first weekend in October. Because just start thinking, even if you're lucky to have a lot of inventory, just remember you get to the end for most of this, except for Florida. A lot of the South yard sales are, now we're only, can we say a moment of prayer and thanks that we're like 10 days away from college football. College football starts competing with yard sales in the South, and the temperature starts dropping as well in October. So there's probably 7 weeks left of decent yard sales, and plus we've got a holiday weekend, which doesn't do great here.
We're lucky to get yard sales into the beginning of October, if that.
Do you have enough inventory for the fourth quarter? Do you have enough inventory that to turn into 2025? Start thinking about those things. And, even though I've got, stupid amounts of inventory, I understand that the opportunity to buy inventory lessens tremendously, especially at the reasonable rates that yard sales provide versus what for stores and estate sales. So
there'll still be opportunities out there. It's just different and less. We have to go all the way from, say, the beginning of October to May before we get another yard sale. That's a long time. So I've been stockpiling. My whole office is full right now, plus a bunch of stuff downstairs. Stockpiling.
Chris, if y'all come over here and lay an egg, you're going to come on here and publicly apologize. Alabama and Georgia actually play in the regular season this year. Most people have that circled as a Georgia win, but okay. As
I don't know anything about college football, but I do know that if I were a betting man, I'd never bet against Alabama. It's just
as far as what's his name says on game day, not so fast, my friend. So baseball, I think you've got to have both. But the problem with and it gets talked about a little bit, but not tremendously. What happens in October? Big thing for most of the eBay sellers and people that do yard sales is you're losing your yard sale. But on Amazon, what happens in October? That little thing, those fulfillment fees you pay, they bend you over and with no lube and damn near triple them. And they are triple for the rest of the year.
Yep.
What was that for, Todd?
What?
Are you cleaning pipes?
Cleaning pipes.
Whatever you done to your
be
microphone,
productive.
man, your microphone is way louder today.
Is it?
It sounds good.
I don't know what you've done to it, but it sounds way better.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
I used to apologize too. They get used to it after time. It's all right.
So Larry says there's 3 medium mails I packed this morning, all shipped cheaper using ground. So that's another one. So Larry, I've got a video coming out tomorrow on some shipping costs, and you guys need to pay attention. I have noticed that a lot. I thought it was an error at first, but because I've got DVDs and Blu-rays right here. That I sell on Amazon, and I can't remember. It's been a while since only like the DVD sets where it gets up over like 12 ounces. Does medium I'll take back over, but if it's 8 ounces or less, Ground Advantage has been cheaper than medium mail.
And even if it wasn't, it's only pennies difference usually.
Correct.
And
I
you get
generally
the
pick
insurance. You get
the Ground
insurance.
Advantage. You get insurance and you get faster.
Yep. I've never had much difference in speed, but the insurance would make me decide to go, even if it was 25 cents difference. I need to talk to Mark again. I tried to file some not missing mail claims, but an insurance claim on the eBay standard envelope, and they don't take that as a tracking number. So I got to figure out how to do it. I'm sure he's got a video.
Sebastian Noodle, what's an Amazon heavy? Is that you talking about bigger packages?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I told you, Sebastian Noodle, treat us like we're stupid. Treat me like Apple Maps treat me.
I've been using Google Maps lately and I have 10 trips a day sometimes. I hate Google Maps.
Oh man, I use
I've been using
Maps.
Apple Maps. Yeah.
Because with the watch on, even if I forget, it's not only is it telling me
It'll tick your arm, yeah.
Dude.
But my watch is still that's it. It doesn't. It'll turn on, but that's it. It won't do anything else.
What'd you do to it?
I got it wet after it was repaired once. So we're in the shower.
Yeah, I did good. This one's an 8.
I started using Amazon or an Android phone for my deliveries because the app is a little more stable on the Android phone. But the Android phone forces me to use the built-in GPS, which is Google Maps. And I just don't like it. I do not like it at all.
You like Waze or speed trap? Speaking of speed traps, I need to call my brother. He got pulled over today, and they wrote him a warning.
I actually had a speeding ticket not a couple weeks ago.
If they pulled me over for what was it, 26 over, they'd have wrote me a ticket. He gets a warning at 26 over.
I was doing 50 and a 35, and so I got pulled over. I didn't get a warning. $180 ticket. Here's the speed trap is you're leaving town. It's a 4-lane road. And there's no houses or anything. Well, there's a couple houses, but on the other side of the bridge is 50. So you're building up speed to get to the 50. That's where they got me. It's not like I'm in some residential neighborhood where it should be 35. There's speed traps on either end of this town. On 4-lane roads, 35 miles an hour. That's bullshit. But it is what it is.
But yeah, I think the challenge for the fourth quarter coming up is not only, what inventory you have, but very, very price sensitive. I think that you're going to see a weak fourth quarter. And so I think that retailers are going to be exceptionally aggressive in price because they've got merchandise they've got to move. And so whenever everybody is complaining about sales this fourth quarter and having to use the discounts and the other things to get seen, don't forget in what's happening locally, because I think there's going to be a heavy competition on price.
Yeah, Larry, I'm sure he does. I'll have to go back and look.
If there's something about it, I'm sure Mark's thought about it. That dude.
Well, yeah, he knows all about that stuff. That's why he's my go-to guy for eBay standard envelope questions.
He's probably out filming somebody's house right now playing Drone Man.
Could be.
And Mark, and for extra money too, if you catch people in their windows, you can sell them to other sites.
Depending on what they're doing.
Lag. Oh, so let's talk about that for a second. So I think maybe I touched on it last week or the week before. You got to be careful with whatnot. I'm telling you right now, that is the wild west of sites. I'm telling you, with and not only auction licenses. Look at they walk a thin line with gambling over there, where where
I
they're
think that's the bigger issue, probably.
and counterfeits. Oh my God, the counterfeits on that site are insane, and they know it, and they're not doing anything about. And what's probably going? Here's their downfall, because it's all you would think it's a strength for them. They record every show so they can go back and check for violations and all those things. That also means that all that can be those records can be subpoenaed.
Mm-hmm.
So you think, well, I did a show and I like selling numbers. So many of their big sellers are doing that, where they're, they bid up and you pick a number and you want some socks. You just spent $30 and you got socks. You're just, and everybody goes, "Oh, Beard, you're crazy." Y'all do realize I live in the state of Alabama, one of 5 states in the nation without a lottery. You've got a platform that is nationwide, and they must follow the rules of all states. And certain states will look at gambling and games of chance much different than others.
If the states could go after you for online auctions, you wouldn't be able to do them on eBay anymore. They've tried over the years many times, and
the difference is the live portion of it, Steve. The website's not running it. You've got an individual running that auction.
Yeah, I still think it's the same thing in the end, but they're going to go after if they're going to go after anybody, they're going to find the biggest guy, and they're going to start going there first.
Anonymous A, is this the same person who can't sell on eBay? Just checking.
But I agree with you on the gambling side. That's a whole different story. You cannot, in the United States of America, and most states, and probably all, have a giveaway and require something in return. You have to give them a free option. And technically they have it somewhere because I remember Pat D's had somebody win a giveaway that didn't subscribe or didn't follow it.
Okay, so they've got Payless Retail has got 70 people watching. They're not going to tell you that's an Apple Watch, but they're going to do everything short of telling you that's an Apple Watch.
No, it's one of those generic. They're okay, but they're not an Apple Watch.
Okay, no. Oh, y'all wait. Hey, Steve, entertain them.
I need a generic Apple Watch because I want to use it for my Android, or just a generic one that works with both. I don't know. I can't entertain.
Dance or do something, Todd.
Am I supposed to dance or something?
Hey, you risque. Todd, show him some forearm.
Oh, yeah. Show him some forearm, Todd. Oh. Where is he going anyway? Now, I'm not too concerned about the auction site on whatnot. State of New York and the state of California, if they had a way to do it, they would have done it already. Although I know they're trying. Talk about a past job. I've had so many. My cat, who knows where my cat is?
Oh my God. Eric wants to see your cat. What the hell?
Yeah. I don't even want to know.
Did you transition and I didn't know about
it? You're never going to know.
Okay. So I bought some headphones on,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
I bought some headphones on there, and they said, work with iPhone, work with and all that stuff.
Well, those look like what you call them?
What do you think they look like?
Boy,
What do you think they look like?
Wow, you got a deal, man.
I can tell you that, folks, these things are so good that the software even picks up in your phone that tells you they've got a warranty. The problem is there's ear tips and stuff in there. If you want to change an ear tip or something, be careful that they're not the same quality as an iPhone. You might rip one out. Counterfeit is a day as long. They
Now,
sell
how do you know they're counterfeit? What tells you that that is counterfeit? Obviously, the quality, I'm sure, but
quality of them, and every time I've got a pair that I've got out here, and you can't hardly hear on them. They sound everything sounds fine, but them transmitting over the phone is terrible.
that box looks fairly good. Now, I'm sure there's some tells on the box itself.
Steve, I couldn't find Jacob. We bought Jacob some of these. I couldn't find the tell on the box.
There's got to be, because they're lazy. You know what I mean? They're lazy. What they do is get a real box and then just photocopy it, and that's why it usually looks like shit most of the time.
I mean, it opens up and shows you that they're AirPods, and a phone identifies them as AirPods and shows you it does, but they won't update. It shows you some warranty, but it doesn't. They won't update the firmware. There's several things they won't do, but
that is going to be a big issue on Whatnot in the future. But how do they control that? That's a hard.
That's Whatnot. That's the same one. They're live. They are all Payless Retail is one of their bigger sellers. They are live 24/7. They've got 2 channels, and so if you want some fake ones, I think I picked these up for like $14. That's the other thing that tells you.
So they know they're fake. They know they're fake if they're selling them for $14.
Here's what they do, Steve. They do look like they go. You buy earphones, and they've got one out. They're looking at it, and they put their hands all over it so that you can't see they come in box. You buy headphones, and he's the Chinese guy. You buy headphones.
No, that's going to be a big problem in the future for them. They need to figure out how to crack. I mean, the problem with it is that guy's a big seller, and there's a bunch of them out there, a bunch of them that do the same thing. Because I've watched.
But shoes are probably counterfeit, or I mean, what other stuff is on there that's counterfeit?
That's why Whatnot's not cracking down on it, because that's a lot of revenue to lose,
and reputation and everything else.
But it's also going to, bite them in the ass in the end if the government comes after them for it.
So Anonymous A says purses, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't buy anything on Whatnot unless I really knew what I was doing and think it was the real deal. If it was an Apple product or a fancy designer purse,
or buy
unless
from
I mean
somebody
there's
I would buy
like
from
Philly
Paul.
Picker. Yeah, I would buy from him. I would buy from Nashville.
I would not buy from Philly Picker. Oh, he sells dirty plush. Nobody wants dirty plush.
Well, I'm just saying, if I knew the person and legitimately believed in them, I would definitely buy from them. I'm talking these big sellers who
Are you talking
sell
about
nothing
dirty
but
naughty or dirty?
He's a funny dude, man. We carried on in Nashville together, rented yard sales, but he sold everything that we bought. He's definitely a good seller. He's not selling very conscientious and get stuff out. No, I definitely buy from
the smaller sellers are probably not going to screw you. But it's
I just
the
don't
big
buy
guys.
what I don't do anything Paul sells because I'll pick it up at a yard sale.
The big guys that are selling that kind of crap is the ones that are going
to kill.
Be the downfall of Whatnot is, unless they put a stop to it somehow.
I mean, so is that they sell the copies of that watch? There it looks but I mean, there are some really good sellers. What's the name? What Paul did a collab with Upcycle by Bree. She's a good seller, really good seller.
No, there's a ton of great sellers on there, but
I watched several. Mike says Bolo Buddies does good. Follow That Bug Girl does good. No, I'm not saying there are not good sellers over there. I'm not saying that, but that's not what gets you in. Good sellers don't get you in trouble.
No. Now, Nashville Flipper sells stuff like that, but he wouldn't sell that. He wouldn't sell those earbuds because he'd know they were but
Correct.
he'll
No,
sell you the
they
watch,
sell
but
on-
he'll
they
tell you
sell a
it's
pallet-
not a real, you know.
Right. He sells pallet
They sell
returns and that
pellet
kind of
stuff,
stuff. Yeah.
right? But he gets watches like that all the time. But he's not passing them off as anything about what they are. They're
Just a
not.
smartwatch.
They're not
Yeah.
labeled Apple. They're just a smartwatch. You know,
They're not
there's no-
they're not labeled AirPods.
No,
AirPods Pro
no.
with the
That
Apple
was
logo.
silly. Although, I mean, that is a convincing looking product right there. Yeah, I'm not opposed to most sellers and whatnot. It's just those guys.
And then Chris said he sells on Whatnot. I mean, he doesn't know those yard sales going to buy his house, and he's a Georgia fan. Don't buy from him.
Right. You know, if you, like Tamara says, if she saw those at a yard sale, she might try to, yeah. But if you saw them at a yard sale for $14, would you still think they were real? Oh. Right. It doesn't matter how you sell them. If it's counterfeit, it's counterfeit.
Like it doesn't matter if you call them generic, if you call them whatever, you can't sell it with that logo on it. It don't matter if you do this and go, look, hip-ons, and say no, and he every now and then he'll say no, not Apple, and then you send them and you get counterfeit. It's counterfeit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how he represents them on his show.
Yep.
If it comes with that logo on it, you know it's counterfeit and it's illegal, and should be destroyed. However, I'd still use them. Probably.
I'll destroy it right after the show.
Destroy it right in your ears.
No,
they said they sound good, but they're just not. The quality of the
music
microphone
sounds good in them, but you can't hear me on them. I got real ones. See,
you know what's it benefiting them to sell them as an Apple product for $14? Why you could sell the same set of earbuds for $14 as a generic product without the Apple logo and all that stuff.
you don't need it. Yeah.
Yeah, for $14. I mean, that's dirt cheap. That's Dollar General cheap. You know.
Let's see what he's selling right now. Oh yeah, but see that's the problem too. Like he 100% correct. Is people would buy from him and then try to get 50 or 60 online for him, like on Facebook Marketplace.
I'm sure you see that little glimpse of the Apple logo and think, "Oh, he's foreign. He has no clue what it is." Well, of course he knows what he's doing. You know, he has 70 live viewers, and probably a lot more than that sometimes.
Now they're selling a drone. What's that look like to you?
I love how they put the fake MSRP on there.
That looks like that's a clone of the DJI.
Now this one that doesn't have any branding on, so they're not selling it as a DJI or whatever.
He claims that's their number one seller of that drone. Let's see what it sold for. One more. $8. $16. They normally average about 25. That drone,
which is probably a good deal for that drone.
19. I've sold that drone, brother.
They put that fake MSRP on there to make you think it's worth a hell of a lot more than it is. It's not.
$19.
Yeah, and it's probably cheaper than what it really could sell for, say, on eBay or something. But
every now and then he'll go crazy and sell 5 of those at a time.
These guys are probably importing them from Alibaba or something like that.
Yeah, they're not getting them from Temu. They're selling way too many.
Yeah, they're getting them from Alibaba, probably for $2-3 a piece on those drones. Maybe $1.50 on the earbuds, you know, that kind of thing. And but they're buying 500 or 600 at a time or more.
They're buying them by the pallet.
Yeah.
Because they're on there 24/7 selling these things.
There's a couple. I can't remember the names of them. I haven't watched Whatnot Show in a while. But
he claims they've sold 15,000 of those drones.
There's one channel I was watching, and 24/7, just a different presenter.
Yeah, they've got like 5 presenters. Yeah, they go for a couple
Mhm.
hours and they switch.
And it's all cheap electronics. It's usually cheap electronics.
Yeah, like you're
And
100% correct. They don't know when to stop. You're 100% right.
their feedback is usually really good, and they sell a lot of stuff. Now, I haven't seen too many like your guy who's selling counterfeit, and he's not presenting them as counterfeit, but they are. But they're
Yeah,
still
he's
selling
not.
cheap
He does.
Alibaba stuff.
So he thinks he's walking the line. He thinks that he's doing okay by not saying they're counterfeit. And he'll say, no,
What?
not Apple. But then he
Yeah,
sends
but
you a
it
counterfeit
doesn't matter.
logo.
Yeah, it doesn't
The
matter.
drone-
In the eyes of the law, he knows what he's doing. Prove him different. Prove him wrong. Of course he knows what he's doing.
4.8, Hammer.
Yeah, they usually have really good feedback scores because people
Because
are
they
happy
sell
with the
some
product
minis.
they get. Well, yeah, that, and those are still good.
I mean, this
earbuds.
is drone number 20.
They're still good earbuds. They're just, and people who get ripped off don't like to report it. They just because they feel embarrassed by it.
Swipe. $19 again.
Trying to see if there was one that I used to watch all the time.
Here it goes again.
There's a computer seller that I was watching who's similar, but he's selling legit products. But Favoli Tech, they're on 24/7.
Yeah, Todd, you're 100% correct. They know that it's a matter of time. It's how many people do they have in this outfit that as much as they sell, they get it shipped out. That's the
What?
Just think, they probably before Whatnot came along, how were they selling it? They were selling it on Amazon and eBay and places like that. This just is a channel where they're probably making very low profits on the items, but they're selling so many of them, and they can do it 24/7. And they probably have a crew of 5 or 6 people shipping out all day long.
So the watch. So I bought one of the watches. I ran it to the auction. It doesn't say Apple or anything on it. It's just a generic smartwatch.
Right.
It's one of those that you can buy on
I wouldn't
TV.
mind.
Download the app.
I would like to buy one just to see what they are.
They're not worth it. They're terrible.
I just need a watch.
I bought a bunch of the drones to run through our auction here because they're not having any labels on them. I did okay with them. One at auction went for as high as $100.
Because
That was the best.
does it have that fake MSRP on it?
Yeah, I turned it around so I
There's
could
your
see
answer.
it.
Yeah, there's your
I
answer.
turned it around so I could see it.
Yep, that's your answer.
But
people see that, and not everybody. I mean, we're smart enough to know better because we do this. But people who are, oh wow, that's a $300 drone. I'm going to get it for $100. And
a lot
they
of them
don't
sold
even when
40,
they. Yeah, well,
40,
still.
50, 60.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I have one going this week, and I have one left sitting over there, but it doesn't. I was trying to.
Like, I don't think you're going to see them on the news in 6 months. I don't think Whatnot has been around long enough for the feds to have really dived deep into it. Probably haven't had enough reports of anything yet, but they will eventually catch up with it. And those sellers will just change their usernames, and the guy that you see presenting doesn't own that channel.
Yeah, that's what
It comes in a really nice looking box.
It says it's an SMS. It doesn't claim to be a
right. That's
but
okay.
It looks just like a DJI.
Right. That's okay to sell. I mean, because you're not presenting it as anything other than what it is.
Just a 4K.
Except the fake. Well, yeah. So there's another thing in the 4K.
Oh, here's your answer, Steve. Where are they selling them at?
Amazon. Yeah, absolutely. They probably got a big pile of them, and
I wonder what they sell for on
Amazon.
What did they sell for on Amazon?
So I was in a bin store the other day, and somebody had an app that could scan those type of Amazon barcodes and actually get it to pull up. What app is that? It's not Seller Central because I couldn't do it.
And if I know.
I scanned the exact same item they did. I watched him. He scanned it on his phone. Anybody know? Because I need to find that app if it exists, or maybe I just saw what he was doing. But I tried to scan the FNSKU barcode, and it didn't work.
I don't know. Somebody.
But I saw there was a bunch of people in that bin store, and I watched them. They were scanning the barcodes, and something was pulling up.
It's a my
Anybody
sheet.
knows?
It is a where's he? Amazon. MySHLE. Foldable drone.
Wouldn't it just be SMS drone if that's what they call it? SMS.
It's a Maishi is the name of it
Oh.
on Amazon. So it comes with the $50 on Amazon.
Oh, it's the same drone, but there's a whole lot of different names for it.
Yeah.
Holy Stone, Visney, Radclo, Ferritelf, Machvu. Yeah, a whole bunch of different names for it, but it's all the same. Some of them come with different things, but it's the same.
I mean, it comes with it comes with a case. It comes with a controller. It's presented nice, but that one doesn't do anything. Jacob says he's still alive. Nice.
Yeah, I found one just like yours, except it's a different name. $25 on Amazon with a 16,000 rank. So yeah.
Yeah, but that guy was selling them one night. There was only like 20 people in there, and I ended up picking up 5 of them for like $57.
Yeah, I would do it too. I mean, you got a good outlet. Even if you sold them, 5 for 50, that's what, $10 a piece. Even if you doubled your money at the auction, you're still doing well.
You got to do a little more on that. So 20 would, but you lose the 30%. So you need 30. I mean, if you got 30 from, you're doing fine.
Yeah,
but a lot of them sold for mid 40s. So
I mean, you might have found a new sourcing idea there.
Yeah, I've run like a whole bunch.
Kind of doing it backwards of what most people do. Most people are buying at an auction to sell online. You're buying online to sell at the auction. That's pretty good. And I'm sure they're running the promotion where, it's just a flat shipping fee once you hit a certain dollar amount or weight or whatever it is.
Hi, neighbors. We're having a huge multifamily yard sale Friday and Saturday. Anybody else?
I'm going to Townwide on Saturday. I'm not going to tell anybody where it's at, though. Well, even if I told you, you wouldn't know. It's a very small town.
What? I'm definitely not driving up there.
No. I think I don't like those types of yard sales because they're usually the same old. But this one, I used to live there, and it started out as one street, and it was okay. But now it's turning out to be the whole town, and so it should be better. I think this is the first year it's been this big, so hopefully I
They haven't been
stuff this weekend.
like, I don't know if they're defective. I've not been tempted to even open one because I live so close to the airport. I can't test them. I have to leave to go test them. All right, Eric. See you, buddy. Have a good day. We're just about done. About 10 minutes left. 15 minutes. Because when you can't fly them in your own backyard because you live against an airport. So
I have a drone, a small one I got out of the bin store. It works great. I've flown it once. I'm just not into it. It's neat, but where am I going to take it? What am I going to do with it? And it takes really good video, but I've flown it one time.
So it's been kind of a week with no craziness. Anybody got any exciting things happen to them this week?
My wife saw an albino deer yesterday in the wild. It was really cool, she said. I didn't see it. So that was exciting. I saw 2 turkeys, pet turkeys. They came up to me and wanted to get all the groceries before I took them up to the door.
So I'm not going
That
to
was
be
exciting.
here Friday. I've got my 50th high school reunion.
You know, I've never been invited to mine. I'm not sure why. Seriously,
got some
I'm not making that up. I've never been invited to that.
You've never been
got some
invited
guesses.
to your reunion.
You may guess why you're not allowed.
I'm sure there's a lot of reasons. We're going up on, what is it? 1990. So what is, how many years is
There's
it?
a lot of people watch this who aren't even 50 years old yet. And you've been out of high school 50 years. What the hell, Ty?
Yep.
Where'd my calculator go?
Molder and dirt.
Is that why you can only get so close to your desk because the wheelchair only pushes up so close? Your little jazzy scooter only fits in there so much.
It's a hover
So next
round.
year should be our 35th. I don't know if they have one for 35, maybe 40. I have to wait till 40.
Hover round. It's kind of like a 0-turn mower. Yeah.
So
Shit, 35
Bassino
years
does-
ago, I was in high school. That's a
works
lot.
3 days, camps 4. Yeah, I think I camp outside about 4 days a week. Tom said his 40th was last year. He didn't get an invite.
I didn't get along with any of the kids in high school. I would go.
Are y'all saying this is a place for outcasts? Is that what this is? Changes to the outcast show?
Even the kids I hung out, one kid passed away right out of high school, but the rest that I hung out with, but the rest of them I haven't spoken to since. I spoke to one guy. Well, that's not true. Russ, I used to work with Russ, but he's moved now. And one other guy reached out to me because he saw one of my YouTube videos, and then we were going to get coffee, and I had to take my son to the doctor's that day, and that never happened. So that's the extent of. And then there's a couple girls that I've run into from high school, but yeah, I don't see any of them. And I'm okay with it. They didn't like me then. What would make them like me now?
Hey, Bassino, that's cool. So we went to we did vacation up that way one time. Something.
Finger Lakes.
Bassino, something around here reminds me of where we went. I don't know what it is.
I drove through the Finger Lakes once. That was it.
Jody said, I need to finish drinking it so she can have the bottle. I don't know what she wants the bottle for. But yeah, good times. I enjoyed that trip. I like Lake George was a lot of fun. We did Lake George one weekend, and then the weekend we left, the next weekend, the city above it was having the
Uh-oh.
when am I wrapping up? I don't know why. Am I supposed to go somewhere?
Maybe she's making you a nice breakfast in there. Just wants to know when you're done so that you can.
Maybe I can shoot a monkey out my ass too.
Speaking of monkeys, I did. That was the most exciting news.
She can't walk.
There's a monkey
right?
loose. There's a monkey. Yeah, there's a monkey loose in the area. It's been sighted in 3 different counties since yesterday. The 3 counties are real close to each other. They share a border, so I'm hoping to see it sometime. Little monkey.
Hey, watch you want to see a magic trick? I can make somebody disappear. You want to see how I make somebody disappear?
You're gonna hit the end button.
Did you know that Harlan eloped in Colorado this weekend?
Nuh-uh.
There you go. He'll disappear. Like that. He claimed he was there. They went to his daughter to get married, but I know the truth. He'll be wearing that. He'll be wearing that Aura ring, acting like it's a fitness ring, knowing they're secretly married.
Rennie's been looking for the monkey that's loose. Yeah, I think. I want to see this monkey.
I was supposed to be the official announcement person. All right, so he didn't get married. It would have been a lot more. That would have been a good
Well,
story,
sure.
though. Damn it, that would have been a good story. Damn it.
I eloped. Not this weekend.
No, he's been on. They went a couple days early, so
I guess you could
he-
call. I mean, you could call what Marcia and I did eloping because we went, got our marriage license, and then decided to go to the courthouse and get married the same day. There was no.
we got
nothing.
married at a courthouse.
Yeah. Well, we just walked in and said, "Hey, do you have time to do a marriage, a wedding?"
I already know what to be glad I censored my own self, Harlan. I thought about sending other
I
things
don't
too,
want
but,
to. The crazy Kurt. I don't want to touch the monkey. Oh, that sounded weird, didn't it? I just want to see it. Years ago, we
yeah,
had
so
an exotic-
they'll sell anything at the auction. So I sent this. I'm like, Harley, did y'all see they were selling a mobile home at the auction this week?
TV
That's a perfect house for you and the new missus.
It looks spacious. Nothing wrong with living in a mobile home.
That one's a little on the old side though.
Yeah,
You see how close that one's been around
depends
a
on what it
minute.
looks. Depends on what it looks like on the inside.
It-
I was in
it's
a
not
trailer
more-
park. I was in a trailer park yesterday that was straight out of the 70s. There was the house I delivered to was the only newer one in there, and it was a double wide. It looked like a house, but the rest of them were straight out of the 70s, 60s, and 70s. Really old mobile home park. My grandfather used to have two mobile homes on his property, and he'd rent them out to people. And one was, it was old. It was probably from the early 60s. It was only a 10-foot wide mobile home.
It's
by
got no
20
bids
or
on it.
something
Y'all
like that.
y'all can win this trailer for $5. You got to move it immediately. But can you imagine having to put something that old, having to get wheels and all that stuff on it and get it moved out?
It's actually not. It's not that hard. The axles are probably still there. As long as they're free, you just slap some wheels on it and get it going. It's not that big a deal. As long as nothing's rusted out, and they never usually do. I used to do mobile homes. Now you have to have permits if they're over a certain width and length, but
It doesn't have a basement, so I guess you're out of luck.
I don't know what the cost to move nowadays would be. I know back then it was still expensive. It's always been expensive.
It's probably more than it's worth. Let's look in and see.
It depends on how you do it and how far you got to go, and if you want to do it legally or not.
I'm seeing if I got some inside pictures. Brian said a tornado movie for you for free. It's amazing how they search them things out, man. Oh my
But
God!
putting
Look
the
at the
tires on
side.
them, I used to.
You want to change your
used to have
mind?
to
There's
do
the
it.
side. That's the side of it.
Was that a
I
pull
think
out?
it's been there a while.
Actually, I have a book. I don't know where the book is now, but there's a whole
Yeah,
industry
it's
of buying.
old.
There's a whole industry of buying old mobile homes that are in parks that you don't have to move for dirt cheap because the park just wants somebody to own them, pay rent, lot rent, and then you rent them out to people. There's a whole industry for that. And I wish I knew where the book was. It's probably at my mom's house. It's been
Now
a
there's
lot of
some
years.
there's some cool. I see a lot of there's some of these mobile homes that are making like the tiny houses or
Mhm.
and those kind of stuff. Very interesting.
I've lived in a few mobile homes in my life. Twice.
Brian, that's definitely an oldie but a goodie.
No, 3 times. I've lived in 3 different mobile homes in my life. 2 in parks, 1 on its own property. The one thing I do not suggest is living in a mobile home park. Trailer
Johnny
park
never-
kids are a different breed, man.
Johnny never answered me. I guess I don't have to do anything. All right, I'm gonna go check out and see. There'll be a video out tomorrow. I know y'all be shocked. I forgot how to edit a video. It's been so long. Just talking about
I'm telling you,
shipping and
come the end of probably early November or December, I'm going to start doing TikTok shorts and YouTube shorts. I don't know if I'm going to do full length videos, but
I think I'm gonna go back to doing
Okay.
shorts. Shorts are so easy and there's not a lot of editing. I just put it up and let it go.
I have things I want to do. I don't want to have this big complicated channel. I just want to say a few words and that's it, you know. And you can get the
All right.
same message across in a short as you can get in a full length video if you do it right.
All right, well, say a few words, get us out of here.
A few words.